Who is Satan? This is one of the questions that a lot of people ask and wonder about, but really don't know the true answer to. Many people think that Satan is the monsters that are portrayed on Hollywood movies, or a Halloween costume, or a scary book they read somewhere. But if you were to ask them, who is he really? And do you really believe that he is real? In addition to that, what does he do? And what is he trying to accomplish? Most people could not answer that question. So who is Satan? To answer that question, we'd better start with what exactly is Satan. The Bible tells us a great description about him in the book of Ezekiel in chapter 28. You had the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was your covering. The ruby, the topaz, the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, the jasper, the lapis lazuli, the turquoise, the emerald, the gold, the workmanship of your settings and sockets was in you on the day that you were created. They were prepared. And then it says this in verse 14. You were the anointed cherub who covers. A cherub is a type of covering angelic being, some type of angel that has a high rank and responsibility in the heavenly realm. In talking about Satan, it says that he was the covering cherub or covering angelic creation. And God said to him, "And I placed you there. You were on the holy mountain of God. You walked in the midst of the stones of fire." So Satan, first and foremost, to answer the what is he was an angelic being created by God that had great responsibility, rank, and unimaginable beauty in the heavenly realm in what the Bible calls the mountain of God. That's what Satan really was. So what happened? The Bible goes on in Ezekiel chapter 28 to explain what happened and why we have what we have today when we're talking about Satan. Because he's most definitely not the most beautiful angel ranking high in heaven anymore. The Bible says in verse 15 of Ezekiel 28 about Satan, it says, "You were blameless in all your ways from the day you were created." We also are learning here that Satan is a created being. He is not an eternal being that existed in eternity past. He had a beginning and God created him in the beginning. It says, "From the day you were created until unrighteousness was found in you. By the abundance of your trade," he had a job, he had a trade in heaven, "you were internally filled with violence and you sinned. God said to him, therefore I have cast you out as profane from the mountain of God, and I have destroyed you, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire." And it tells what was in his heart as to the why this happened. Your heart was lifted up because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom by reason of your splendor. God said, "I cast you to the ground. I put you before kings that they may see you. By the multitude of your iniquities, in the unrighteousness of your trade, you profaned your sanctuaries. Therefore I have brought fire from the midst of you. It has consumed you, and I have turned you to ashes on the earth in the eyes of all who see you. All who know you among peoples are appalled at you. You have become terrified, and you will cease to be forever." In addition to that, the prophet Isaiah also talks about what happened to the covering cherub, to the beautiful angel that was once known as Lucifer, which means light bringer or light bearer, which means son of the morning. It says this, "You said in your heart, I will ascend to heaven. I will raise my throne above the stars or the angels of God. I will sit on the mount of assembly in the recesses of the north." And this is the part that is very important to understand. Satan said when he was an angel, he said, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High." And then he was cast out as profane. He was filled with arrogance. He was filled with violence. He was filled with corruption, the prophet Ezekiel said, and the prophet Isaiah. And he was cast out. He was stripped of his beauty and responsibility as the light bringer. His name, Lucifer, no longer applies because it means the light bringer or light bearer. He is no longer light at all. So where is Satan right now? Where is he now as we are talking about him this very moment? Some believe that he is in a prison in hell and has a pitchfork and these kind of things. This is the stuff of absolute fiction. He is not in hell at all right now. In fact, this question has been asked, and it says in Job chapter 1 and verse 6, there was a day when the sons of God, or the angelic beings in heaven, came to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan also came among them. The Lord said to Satan, "From where do you come?" Satan answered the Lord and said, "From roaming about on the earth and walking around on it." Satan right now has access to the earth, and he roams about on it. He is the author of evil. The Bible now does not call him Lucifer. It calls him the serpent, the dragon, the lion, a murderer, a liar, a thief, an accuser, an adversary, a darkness, and the ruler of demons. That is who Satan is now, and that is how he got there. That was the series of events that led him there. Next time on T-7, let's look at what will happen to him and what does he want to do during the time he is here.